Alright, today we got to replace our old rusted mailbox in a brick enclosure. And you see I've got one of them out. And all you do, here's the tools necessary. You got a chisel, a nail bar, crowbar, and of course goggles and a hammer. And all I did to get this out, really not as difficult as you might think, is you just want to take your chisel and chisel out the mortar right off the brick. You want to get rid of that gap so you get it down to the brick as much as you can over here. And then you're going to go in with the nail bar and then eventually the crowbar, and you can pull that mailbox right on out. It's a little more work than you might think though. Take a little bit of piece, but then you get in there, and the back of these mailboxes have a lip. I'll look at that in a minute. So then you have to figure out what to do with this mortar that's inside. So that either you go in here and cut and chip this out, which is really going to be painstaking, and then you get the new mailbox in, but you got to have enough to get that lip, and I'm having trouble hitting this brick right here with the lip also. So you may even have to cut some of that brick to get that mailbox in there. Depends on whether they mortared the thing or they put the brick up against it when they were doing it. And with mine, they put the brick right up against the mailbox. So maybe we're going to look at another option. So this is that lip that I was telling you that won't let the mailbox go all the way in. So what we're going to need to do is cut the mailbox back here so that lip will let us go in. And here's what we can do. A little tool you get at Harbor Freight for about 20 bucks. And the little discs that it uses. So this little grinder comes with a little Allen wrench and a little crescent wrench to undo this part right here, and this is real tight. It's real hard to get this undone. So you take that little wrench there and get it against something because it's going to turn this way, and then you can get this wrench on here, and it takes a bunch of force to break that thing loose. And I can't do it holding the camera here, but there you go. And so that's how it is counterclockwise, so it's just regular thread. Then you just take this off and put your disc on and tighten that back up. And of course, be sure to wear goggles while you're doing this. Well, we're going to use this tool to cut this back flange off back here. So we're cutting the mailbox on the back here, and it's got a little funny little trigger on this thing. It takes a minute to figure out how that works. So we're just going to continue that process. This little guy has a little protection circuit on the back, so as you're cutting, a lot of times that'll kick off and you'll have to push that little bitty orange trigger back in. So now we have effectively cut the back end off, leaving the bottom tray. Just cut that back panel, which included that lip, off of the mailbox, so now it will go in our hole. And so now we have just inserted the mailbox, just tap that mailbox right into place, and then we'll just fill in the side here, either with mortar. You can use mortar, or you can just use the concrete adhesive caulk. All right, now we're going to caulk around the mailbox. So we'll take some of our concrete crack fix, just some caulk. It's made to go in your concrete, and if you've never done caulk before, you just cut off the tip, take your screwdriver, work down there to break the seal. Always have your wet rag when you're caulking. Enter your caulk machine, or into your caulk gun, and we'll go caulk it. And all you do to caulk is just fill in the gap here, and then you have your wet washcloth with you. Wet your finger, and you just smooth that caulk down in there, around there, and underneath. And there you do. You have your finished mailbox.